Hello, and welcome back to Nerd News. Today we have new information on a Young Avengers series from Kevin Feige, and we have a new video from an upcoming indie game called WindSwept that I don't think enough people have heard about. Let's get started. And first up, we're going to talk about that indie game, and it is WindSwept. Got some footage from the game here off of their Twitter, and it looks fantastic. This video in particular reminds me of the Donkey Kong Country 2 levels, the vine levels, where you go through and you gotta try to not hit the vine, you fly around with them in the barrels. Absolutely fantastic levels. Loved playing them as a kid, still do now, and this looks very much like that, and it looks incredibly well done. This looks like so much fun. There is another video here of just general platforming. This reminds me more of like a Super Mario World style platforming. But this also looks really good, and the combination of the turtle and the duck is adorable. They look adorable. I don't have a whole lot of information on the game because I just found it. I just found it this afternoon and didn't really get a whole lot of time to really look into the game or how long it's going to be for development. The wishlist page on Steam just says it'll come when it's ready, so it's probably a ways off, which is fine. It is an indie game that happens. But it looks really good. Just what they have now looks fantastic. I cannot wait, and I will definitely be covering this any chance I get because this looks like a game that was someone just made for me. This looks like someone took what I would want out of a game and just made the game for me. This looks incredible. Cannot wait. And next up we have the Young Avengers, and this is a quote from Kevin Feige coming from the premiere for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and when being asked about the possibility of a Young Avengers team-up movie, show, or something along those lines, he said, "I think people pick up what we are putting down sometimes, and we take our cues from the comics. And yes, introducing as many characters as we can from the comics is what I've spent the last 22 years doing, and those are among the many that were introduced." In my opinion, that first part is basically him saying, yeah, sometimes people pick up on what we're aiming towards, and in this case, we have introduced a lot of Young Avengers characters. The Young Avengers are probably coming soon. When I say soon, I really just mean in the greater multiverse saga that they're doing. I don't think it's going to be like next year we get a Young Avengers TV show or anything like that. We might get it announced next year for like Phase 6 or something like that, but honestly, I don't see it happening immediately. I do think that Ant-Man will get us Cassie, will give Cassie her superhero powers, and then following we'll probably get something out of the Agatha show that will give us the WandaVision kids, and probably at post that is when we can start looking for a Young Avengers show. But as of right now, I think it's pretty popular opinion that yeah, Young Avengers seem to be coming. We've kind of known this for a good amount of time, at the very least since Phase 3, I guess, or the beginnings of Phase 4. When we started hearing about everyone introduced in Phase 4, we kind of knew this was coming. And this, to me, just kind of clarifies that without outright saying, yeah, it's in development. Most likely it's in development or in the pre-phases of development, and it will be coming, I assume, at the latest Phase 6. I think the Young Avengers themselves will play a role in the Kang Dynasty movie. But again, a soft confirmation is still better than just speculation. So, interesting news, but I don't think it means anything for the direct future or like the next year or two. And in sort of unrelated news, but also kind of related, I guess, for Halloween, Keke Palmer decided to dress as Rogue. And over the last few months, since she kind of had a fan casting as Rogue, she's kind of leaned into it quite a bit, so going so far as to say she would be happy to do the role, and now she's actually dressed up as the role for Halloween, and even put out a short video with effects and everything of her playing Rogue. And, I mean, I think she could play Rogue. I think she would be a very good Rogue. She definitely has... I could see that Southern charm coming through. That's really the big character trait of Rogue, so I could definitely see that coming. I could definitely see Keke Palmer pulling that off. She's been in a lot of good stuff. I know recently she's been in Nope, but I haven't seen that, so I don't know if that's any good. But for me, I know her from True Jackson VP, Aquila and the Bee, I'm pretty sure she was the teenager in Medea's family reunion. She's done a lot of good work. I could see it, especially with the costume. I could see her being a rogue for the MCU. And fan castings have kind of worked before. People wanted John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic. I thought that was a terrible idea, and I still kind of think it's a bad idea. But it happened. People asked for it enough, and it happened. So who knows? Maybe with enough push on her end to make it happen, though, when they do start filming an X-Men movie or when they start introducing some of the X-Men, she'll be able to play Rogue. I think it does kind of come down to how soon they start doing X-Men, though, because she's about that age for Rogue now, but if it takes them, 6 years to start introducing the X-Men, which I know sounds like it might be, why would they wait that long, but there doesn't seem to be anything up for X-Men at this point in the MCU. So unless the X-Men are introduced in Phase 6, and some of those blank spaces towards the end of Phase 5 and beginning of Phase 6, I don't know if I see them being introduced now. If it waits till Phase 7 to introduce the X-Men, that might be a little too late, or might start getting a little too late for her to play the role. But if it happens in the next few years, I could definitely see it. And next up, sticking with television news, we have the anniversary for Hazbin Hotel. It passed a few days ago, but for the anniversary, they put out a short little video. Not really a whole lot of new anything. We did get a confirmation for the show summer 2023, so say 6 to 10 months away. That's not that long of a wait, which is exciting news. I know there's a lot of recasts and stuff, and they've been really working on the show. It's going to be an actual show, not a YouTube show Hell of a Boss. But honestly, I like Hell of a Boss better. That's just the show I prefer. Hazbin Hotel, I think it has just the pilot, and that's a good pilot, but it didn't hook me, I think, the way it hooked other people. But I'm definitely looking forward to the show, and we'll definitely give it a chance when it comes out. I'm definitely more of a Hell of a Boss fan, though. Stolas steals the show for me, and I don't see them appearing in Hazbin Hotel, so it looks good. I'll make sure to watch it, and we'll probably talk about it more as it starts to come up. But for the anniversary, they released a short little trailer here. I didn't talk about it, but last week, we also got episode 2 of Hell of a Boss, and it was a really good episode. Really get a chance to mention it anywhere, or really have a reason to mention it anywhere. I mean, I think we covered the first episode when it came back, but haven't really had a chance to cover this new episode. But the new episode was really good. I definitely enjoyed it, and seeing Human Stolas was really cool. It's completely unrelated to this topic, I guess, but Human Stolas was cool. So watch Hell of a Boss. If you haven't seen Hell of a Boss somehow, watch Hell of a Boss. And next up, we have some new altar arts coming from Yugioh. We haven't covered any Yugioh news in a while. There hasn't been a whole lot going on. No card releases or anything like that. But we have 2 new alt arts coming from the Selection 5 pack. We have Invoked Mechaba, and it seems to be Mechaba but off of his chariot, so he's standing. It's a really, really cool art. I know some people were complaining that this looks more like the other fusion. I forget what its name is. The one with the A. But I don't see it. This very much just looks like the guy on the back of Mechaba, on the back part of the Mechaba art. Obviously it's just him without the chariot. So I don't know what people are thinking when they think it's the other fusion. This very clearly just looks like it. It's got the sword and everything. I don't know where the staff comes from, but regardless, this is a very good looking alt art, and I cannot wait to get it. Hopefully we get it in something that's not the gold rare, but I'm going to assume it's going to be in our gold series set for next year. We also have this Sky Striker Mobilize Engage altar art, and this one features Rose preparing to fight. And since the first one, or the original art, is Rey getting her armor and stuff ready to go to fight, this one being Rose makes a lot of sense. They're opposite sides or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the story. There's a whole manga for this if you want to read that, but I think it's only in Japanese. I don't think it's got an English translation. There might be a fan translation out there. I'm sure there's a fan translation out there somewhere, but anyway, I haven't read the manga for it, but I'm pretty sure that Rose is just the opposite for Rey, so they're fighting each other, and this art very much seems to imply that this is her preparing for a battle. Looks good. I kind of wish this was just a different card altogether. This is one of the one, as much as I like altar arts, this one kind of reminds me of the Bigfoot altar art, which really could have just been a new danger monster like Danger Yeti or something. I get the similarity between Bigfoot and Yeti, but new cards is always better than altar arts, I guess. A different position, like some of the other altar arts we've gotten, is one thing, but this one just is an entirely different card. The original character and what's happening isn't even shown. I feel like this could have just been a different card altogether, and we could have had a cool new Sky Striker card. But the art is still fantastic, and I can see how it represents Engage, so it's fine. I like it as an artwork, and the card's cool. I have no issues with this. I do kind of wish we would get a new Sky Striker card that was actually good, though. And lastly, we have some new Yu-Gi-Oh! Merch that was announced. We have these 3 plushies coming from Fat Mojo. We have Blue Eyes, Ra, and Red Eyes, and they look adorable. These are cute. These are really cute. It says they will release November of this year. Each plushie will be about $15 in Europe, so probably about $20 here in the US, which is fair for like a medium-sized plushie, which is what I expect these to be. We also have these Yu-Gi-Oh! Pillows available for pre-order. These are from Surreal Entertainment, and so we have the Blue Eyes pillow with the light attribute symbol on the back end of it, although the light attribute's in blue instead of gold, but I mean, it's Blue Eyes, so that makes sense, I guess. And then we have a Yami Yugi pillow that has its Time to Duel on the backside. And these are selling for $27, and I'm going to be honest, I need both of these. I already have a giant Yugi here on my floor. If you haven't seen him, he's next to Lucario now. But despite having my life-size Yugi that I can cuddle with, I need this Yugi and Blue Eyes for reasons. It's adorable. I like this. These are cool. And I like getting some Yu-Gi-Oh! Merch. I would like to see more of this, but for not the DM original Yu-Gi-Oh! Era. If we could get some of this stuff for some of the other characters, that would be great. As much as I love Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, and I know my wife likes Blue Eyes, I still would like to see something besides DM. We get a lot of DM stuff, like especially in merchandise. Something from like 5Ds or Zexal would be fantastic. If you made a kite pillow like this, I would definitely buy that. Yeah, just really just anything else. As cool as this is, and my dumbass is going to buy this, it would still be nice to get something that wasn't original era Yu-Gi-Oh! There's like 7 Yu-Gi-Oh! Series now, so maybe the other 6 could use some promotion. That's, I know over here in the US, original is the king. That's what everyone cares about, but the other ones are still popular, and they would be more popular if they didn't immediately end any promotion for them as soon as the show went away. If they continued promoting them the way they do DM, we would have them be just as popular, and that holds true in the card game, where things like Heroes and Crystal Beast and Utopia and Galaxy Eyes, these archetypes and stuff from later series are incredibly popular in the card game. And I guarantee you a lot of them people, the same people that like those archetypes, would buy this merchandise if you put it out in those cards. Could you imagine a Salamangreat spinny pillow? I guarantee that would fly off the shelves. People would eat that thing alive. It would probably sell out quicker than either of these plushies. Make a Soul Burner pillow like this, and that would probably sell out immediately. It's not just DM era Yu-Gi-Oh! That people care about. If you pick the right stuff from the later series, people will definitely buy it, and it would be nice if they did more of that. But again, I do really like these, and as much as I do want stuff that's not DM era, I'm still going to buy this. And that's all the news for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you think of the new WindSwept indie game. I think it looks fantastic, and I really hope that when it does come out, it's incredibly successful. I wish that game all the success in the world. I want to say mostly because, one, I'm telling you, this game was designed to make me specifically happy, but also because if it does well enough, maybe we can get them to like put it on the Switch, and we can get Limited Run to do a physical copy, and then I can get like a plushie of the duck and the turtle, because that would be really, really cool, and that would make me really happy. And since the game's already all about just making me specifically happy, because that would also make me happy, I feel like we can make it happen. So that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow.